What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. I don't know guys. I don't know if you feel the same way as I do. I don't know if you feel that something is missing in Pokemon. Theme decks. The good old theme decks that are often bundled with the release of a new set has been missing for a good year now. So before we get into it, like, subscribe, notification bell, follow us on Patreon. Yeah, you know, yeah. All right. So this is going to be one of those, just a collect Pokemon talk video. Not so much excitement, not so much investment, but it's just kind of reminiscing about the past. So theme decks has been there for a very, very long time. If I asked you, do you guys remember which set is the last set to have theme deck that is bundled with the set? Pretty sure you guys might not realize, because I didn't realize until before making this video. Vivid Voltage is the last set of cards that actually comes with the traditional theme deck. 2 sets of theme decks, a bundled has 2 of them. A case of theme deck would have like 8 per display. Dragonite, Charizard, both holographic cards, both Shattered Holo card, which is a variation, which is the first type of what we call alternative art card in Pokemon. When you guys are chasing that Rayquaza VMAX or the Umbreon VMAX alternative art, think about the original alternative art, which are from theme decks. So yeah, theme deck has been missing, and they've been released in different ways. I mean, they've been released as like a Venusaur V theme deck or a Battle V deck. The pre-constructed deck is the same, but it's no longer released with any sort of set bundle anymore. And at the price, the MSRP for the original theme deck is $12.99. The new one is $14.99. So the so-called Battle V deck will be $14.99. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see it go, because Shattered Holo cards are actually quite unique. Some people do like seeing that alternative version of this kind of holographic pattern. So why did it die? No, there could be many reasons. Obviously, sales number were not doing well, but we could always imagine sales number were never good on theme decks, because there's no element of gamble, there's no element of surprise in a theme deck, and that's the thing. And even if they release Battle V deck, I think it's gonna be the same. I mean, yeah, it's a V card, but there's so many V cards that are useless anyway. So it just doesn't sell across to me as a much more rare card, more valued card over a Shattered Holo card. But that's that. That's what Pokemon Company decided to do, and that's pretty much the last of theme decks we've seen. Now, going into the origin of theme decks, I still remember the first theme deck was actually with the first Pokemon set, which is the Machamp First Edition holographic cards, which came in the theme deck. Everyone has that card. It was fun. It taught me how to play Pokemon cards. And later on, I actually asked my parents to buy me another one. I think I bought the Gyarados one, whereas my sister bought the Vaporegon one. And when we were kids, we were happy because it was guaranteed holographic. We knew that we're going to get a holographic card. It was so cool. But to us, it didn't matter that the whole world also has this card. It just mattered that I have this card. So yeah, that's what, kids are simple. So I think that's what makes these sort of theme decks very attractive for new players, kids to come back into the market or to actually be introduced into Pokemon. And then there are times when theme decks was actually very sought after. The more expensive theme decks come from the late WotC era, which is your Legendary Collection, which is your Apocalypse, those kind of mid to late WotC period, before the Neo actually. The reason is because they had a random chance of getting a reverse holo card Could be a Charizard, Crystal Charizard reverse, those kind of stuff. So, or Crystal Lugia reverse, very possible. And that's what made those theme decks very, very expensive, even up to today. I mean, if you search up those theme decks, they're going for what, $400 or $500. It's really ridiculous. And, it was originally selling for what, like $8, $5, something along that line. And now they're like $400. Crazy. And the modern time, the theme decks became much more of a bundled deal. When you buy a new set, you order from the distributor, you're like, hey, add me like 8 or 16 of these kind of theme deck, just so that when people want to learn about Pokemon, you just sell it at your store and say, hey, kid, you can try and play the deck using this first, or they can just give it out for kids, doesn't matter. So that's what theme deck was for. And for the longest time, Shattered Holo was always that, oh, cool, it's a holographic Charizard. It kind of brings that traditional, oh, hey, it's a first edition Machamp. Oh, hey, it's a Vaporegon, kind of feeling to it. Now, in the modern period, the most expensive theme deck is actually Team Up. And the Charizard theme deck in Team Up is going for around $80 to $120, which is understandable as a Charizard, right? So back then, I thought that Voltage would eventually become the same. But it's still currently sitting at like, what, $20. So it's nothing fascinating or nothing too interesting in that sense. But with that said, I think that theme deck is gone. The interest in theme deck is gone, especially in the English side of things. But we do see hope in Japanese cards, because Japanese are actually including alternative art version of a particular V or VMAX card that can be found in a random theme deck. We saw that in the Gengar deck, where you can get a Gengar VMAX alternative art drawn by Cao Cao in a random bunch of theme decks. Every 10 you open, there might be one that is a VMAX alternative art. So I think that the Japanese side of things are heading in the right way. It'll be interesting to see if English follows or English introduce this idea into it. So yeah, overall, if you're here for the investment, do I think that theme decks are a good investment? It's a very slow investment. And it really depends on the theme deck itself, whether it's Charizard, Blastoise, Sylveon, whether they're popular Pokemons. But overall, I don't think they're a good investment at all. Do I like theme decks? Yeah, I like theme decks as a kid. But as I grew older, I kind of grew out of theme decks. I just thought that, hey, I might as well just buy a Shattered Holo card. Or sometimes, when you buy in bulks, sometimes people are like, oh, they didn't even realize it's Shattered Holo card. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys miss that Shattered Holo card? Do you want Pokemon to go in the direction of Japan, where they add like an alternative art card and theme decks? So there is a purpose of buying theme decks. And generally, do you think that Pokemon should even keep theme deck as part of the option? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Peace. This is Collect Pokemon. Bye bye.